What is so special about One Piece? I was rereading part of the Enies Lobby arc earlier, and I came across what is generally considered to be one of the best moments in One Piece. This is Luffy ordering Usopp to shoot down the flag of the world government, representing his willingness to go to war against the most powerful military force in existence to get his crewmate Nico Robin back. Reading this got me thinking, what is the best part of One Piece? What makes its peaks so universally praised? The answer I came to is very cliché and seemingly very boring, yet it's so good. One Piece is at its best when Luffy is trying to help those he cares about. I know it seems super boring to say One Piece is at its best when it's utilizing some of the most common tropes in fiction, but there is a reason those tropes work. To illustrate my point, I'm going to go through some of what's generally considered to be the best One Piece arcs and point out why they're so good. Of course, this is not the only reason these arcs are good. For instance, many of them have some of the best fights in the franchise, but this is a major reason. I'm going in chronological order with these, so we'll start with Arlong Park. In this arc, Oda makes a point of Luffy not knowing Nami's backstory. The audience and the other Straw Hats do, but Luffy doesn't, and there's a reason for that. Oda wanted to illustrate how far Luffy will go for his crew. He wanted us to know that even with no context whatsoever, Luffy will fight and die to help his crewmates in their time of need. Alabasta Arc. Alabasta is one of a couple of occasions where Luffy is not helping his crew, but instead one of his friends. In this case, it's Vivi, and the entire Alabasta saga, from Whiskey Peak to Alabasta itself, illustrates my point well. Luffy makes a promise to Vivi, and he keeps it, nearly dying and fighting one of the most raw battles in the series purely to preserve and protect the thing that his friend loves. Luffy likely wouldn't give a shit about Alabasta if it was just some random island, but because Vivi cares about it, so does he. Enies Lobby Arc. This is what I was talking about in the beginning, and it's one of the best examples of my point. Luffy quite literally wages war against the world government, a force so powerful that they can erase entire islands and eras both physically and historically without a drop of hesitation. Robin had always been suspicious too. There was no reason for him to go as far as he did. And yet, not only did Luffy 1. Wage war on the world government, 2. Destroy their biggest and most famous courtroom, and 3. Trigger a fucking Buster Call. But he did all that and won. He got Robin back, Frankie joined his crew, and most importantly, Luffy proved that he will do literally anything he has to for those he cares about. Paramount War Arc. Paramount War is an interesting entry not just because he further proves the point he made in Enies Lobby, but more because he fails. The pirates lose the Paramount War, Ace and Whitebeard die, Luffy nearly dies as well, and by the end you're left with a reminder. No amount of willpower will get one past a certain threshold, and some enemies can't be beaten by anger. The way Luffy shuts down after Ace's death perfectly illustrates something we almost never see out of him, the equal low to his high. Dressrosa Arc. Dressrosa is actually an example of Luffy helping two different people, Law and Rebecca. On Law's side, it's helping him fight Doflamingo and overcome his trauma. On the side of Rebecca, it's taking back Dressrosa from the Don Quixote family and putting it back where it belongs. It's taking down two birds with one stone. And finally, Whole Cake Island Arc. To end off with a crewmate, Straw Hat helps Sanji in this one. Similar to Enies Lobby, Luffy invaded Totoland, pissed off the Vegapunks, starves himself, beat two Yonko commanders, and even faced off against Big Mom herself, just to get Sanji back. It's very much a reverse Enies Lobby, but the greater focus on Sanji's backstory and his dynamic with Luffy makes every point hit harder. Hopefully by this point, I've made my point clear. As fun as it is to watch him chase his dream, One Piece is at its best, not when Luffy is trying to become the Pirate King, but when he is helping those he cares about. Thank you all for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more awesome content. And remember, if you have any questions or suggestions, leave them in the comments below. We love hearing from you. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you in the next video. Take care and stay awesome.